She's saying no, but
she's mad that she still can't even stand.
She's so wobbly.
Zhang Weili is furious.
She's upset. But 100%.
Oh, how the hell you doing on a Friday afternoon, July 25th? We're all doing spectacular here on a Friday, episode 187 of Axe Cake Picks. Kid, it's a scorcher. It's like 90, 95 out up here. How you doing?
That's right, yo, shirtless. I mean, to cap off this crazy freaking week, you know what I'm saying? So, to cap off this crazy week that was with everything, the heat, the losses we had. Let's lock into some combat events. LFA 213 will take place this weekend as well. And of course, we know CFFC, they're doing their first next gen one. It's a full amateur card for Cage Fury Fighting Championship. MSG, the Mecca, hosts Top Rank Boxing. It's headlined by Xander Zayas. He's defending his WBO super welterweight title against Jorge Garcia. And of course, last but not least, BKFC Fight Night. You got Johnny Cannoli. I don't know if you saw that during the weigh. He slapped the Cannoli on his third straight opponent.
Wow.
And, of course, that'll be headlining the Philly card over there.
I love it. Got a lot to bet on this weekend. And wheels up, UFC from Louisiana all the way to Abu Dhabi, headlined by Renier Dereer and Robert Whittaker. Cannot wait for that fight. Got some news towards the end of the show. UFC 320 was announced, UFC 321, so we'll talk about that as well towards the end. Super Risen 4, Joey got, and we got the return of the GWOAT, and it is not Katie Taylor, Clarissa Shields, baby. We'll have predictions a little later on in the show. But, kid, we will start back in the Bayou, Louisiana. Max Holloway defeats Dustin Poirier via unanimous decision, 48-47, 49-46 times 2. Originally, I thought it was a lot closer the first time I watched the fight. Rewatched it. Yeah, it was 49-46. I think Dustin only won one, and
it could have been the second in the crazy round.
Yeah, and that was a crazy round. They both dropped each other. And looking back at it, he was on aerial. The one thing that I guess he said he kind of regretted was not going for it a little more. He was kind of hesitant, and he said, "You know what? I didn't want to end up like Justin Gaethje." And fair play, fair play too.
Max Holloway has these lightweights scared, bro. They don't want to stand and bang with him.
He looks good at lightweight, bro. He looks good.
Yeah,
he's
but
fast.
Ilya. Going back to Ilya, hate to make it about him. He kind of out BMF'd him by, pointing in the center of the octagon first 10 seconds of the fight.
Yeah, he did. But yes, Dustin Poirier, amazing career, 40 fights, 30 wins. He got the interim UFC lightweight champion. He a legend,
the BMF
man.
too, right? Didn't he?
I don't think so.
Oh, it was for the Venkin. That's right.
Yeah. So financial freedom for him and his family. He got the BDE, the best dad ever belt. His daughter Parker made that for him. So that was great. It was good to see that.
He's got the Good Fight Foundation, right?
Yeah, he does a lot for the community as well. So anybody saying, you know what, he's never these stupid people online that says, oh, he never got undisputed. Who cares? Who gets a send-off like that?
No,
DC retired at the Apex.
DJ was traded
for Ben Askren, and shout out Ben Askren for coming home.
For getting home.
But no, he is one of the most. He's your favorite fighter's favorite fighter, and he is so beloved. So I'm glad he got that. A little disappointed Lil Wayne didn't rap, but people were saying if you saw WrestleMania's performance, thank God he didn't rap. But I don't know. There's not enough nice things I could say about Dustin Poirier. It's unfortunate. First back-to-back losses of his career as well.
Wow. Hey,
so
go out a little sour, but like you said, nobody really gets that type of exit like he did, doing it in his home state, practically his backyard. The night was about him, but, Max, that trilogy capped off perfect in my eyes. Max Holloway getting it back, getting his final fight, getting that redemption, it keeps him going. Like I said, I was sided with him because, I said that his foot wasn't out the door. We'd always talk about fighters having one foot out. Dustin had both foot out with his head saying bye, so good on Max Holloway, kind of, I think, in a sense, being able to be talked about going forward. And it seems like he should make his home at 155. But Dustin Poirier earned his stripes. He did it the hard way. It was nothing easy about his career. Took on the toughest challengers throughout. And that's why people love him, both fans and fighters collectively. We admire the man. So, Yeah, dude. And he could be a role model for those. I was listening to DC and Chael, man, good guy, bad guy. That, could be a role model and an example for fighters knowing when to get out at the right time, not wanting to, receive too much damage and too much trauma throughout your career. There's a certain point where that you need to get out of the sport. And I think he's a shining example of that. Without the championship stuff up, one of the better careers you would have. And, people would die to have something that Dustin Poirier had. But kudos to both of those fighters. They did it right there.
Yeah, 100%. They did it the right way. Both of them. I mean, did you hear the parenting, and did you hear Rush after the fight going up to Dustin?
He's such a G.
Thanks for giving my dad the opportunity. I mean, are you kidding me?
I mean, back when they fought the second time,
he said, check on your dad for me.
Yeah, because he knows he's okay and he's a champion. That's what he was just reminding Rush when he was young. But the first time they fought, he wasn't even there. He wasn't even around. So that's how long this rivalry was, and it was a very respectful rivalry at that. They a lot of respect from one another, because both of these guys, like I said, with Max Holloway, he earned his stripes as well. And I just hope he makes his home at 155. I think.
Oh, he definitely will. He's not going to go back down to 145. Even Max said, he went back. He congratulated the Joe Lee, Dustin's wife, and his daughter Parker wasn't there, but said congratulations. They're having a boy on the way. So,
nice.
Parker and the whole Poirier family has been wanting Dustin to retire. So he's still going to help. He's still going to be in the gym, probably help train Gamrot and his boys at AT&T, maybe Kayla in that super fight coming up. So, yeah, it's good to see. I'm glad he had the career, and, he dared to be great. Not a lot of people in this world dare to live out their dream. And at the end of the day, he could say, I did what I wanted to do with my life. I did that shit. So I'm happy. First ballot Hall of Famer. We're going to see him in the rafters one day. And, it was late, but I'm glad I got to see the remix and Diamonds Forever remix one last time.
Yeah.
It was amazing, man. I love Dustin Poirier. He's one of my favorite fighters.
Everyone went crazy in that second round. I got to bring it back to that, man. And when he jumped Gilly.
That would have been a storybook ending if he jumped Gilly and actually landed it. And he even said it on Arrow Show. He goes, honestly, I wanted to pull it off, but there was only like 8 seconds left in the round, but it was crazy. But Max is the man. I mean, he's immortalized behind me forever. But what a start and what a finish by him. He's right there, kid. I mean, I don't know who he fights though. That's the thing. He's the odd man out. Ilya's probably, in my opinion, going to fight Arman Tsarukyan. Real quick, I want to make a comment. Justin Gaethje's doing all these interviews saying if they pair me up with Paddy Pimblett,
if he was going to retire, he's threatening.
Yeah, he goes, buddy, Paddy Pimblett's on fire and he has a name. Have you not been watching?
And Arman's the number 1 contender.
Yeah, so
I see possibly for like Holloway to be matched up with like a good one could be like Dan Hooker. People were like saying that. Damn, why am I drawing a blank on who else? There was someone else that's pretty Charles Oliveira. It's a pretty good BMF title fight you can have right there between Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira.
Yeah, Max is one away. Max is one away, whether it's Charles Oliveira, Dan Hooker, like you mentioned, or whoever in the top 5.
Yeah.
He's one away, and he has that storyline between Ilya, which I thought it was. I like Ilya to point. I think he's the biggest star in the UFC, but it was kind of a lame move saying that's my belt. Let the man have his moment. I get you're playing the heel, but he
might be doing a little too much. He can't be starting to sip his own tea because he was with the Nelk Boys, and he got offended by some
how do
jokes
all
and
these
stuff,
streamers get these ride arounds, and like, do they stream for like 24 hours? Like,
yeah, I mean, sometimes they do it, you know what I mean? But it's just all the social
whack.
media presence, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, whatever age group is going to be watching, the numbers matter. So that's what's going to get you popularity.
And I get it, but where's the real journalism? Like, where are these hard-hitting
We need
interviews?
some of that. And those questions, too, is the beginning of press conferences. And
are you going to fight John Jones? Like, what?
How do you feel about that?
Yeah,
come on, let's get something else, man.
Yeah, it's the real journalism. It's gone to shit. It's all these streamers. But, yeah, man, what a fight. Surprised they didn't get fight of the night, if I'm being honest, or that Kevin Holland D-Rod fight. How did they not get fight of the night?
Right? That was a fun one, yeah.
Chief support. Boashia is back.
He's
baby.
back.
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to take the shine away from Dustin or Max, but he stole the night for me.
Yeah.
Vintage Paulo Acosta. He's back.
Yeah, it was fun. Roman Kopilov's no joke. You know, we were high on him. You know, he's got all this potential, and you know, he surprisingly, you know, is the same age as Paulo. That was what the thing was. He looks a lot younger in a sense, and you think like, you know, this guy could have a, you know, a longer career in mixed martial arts, but he's already had quite a long career in kickboxing realm. So at the end of the day, I think Roman Kopilov's age showed a little bit, and Paulo Costa being committed, reinventing himself. Like you said, it looked like vintage Costa, but I feel like he was more poised in it than we've ever seen. I think that he uses IQ a little bit more. Maybe all the fights at the highest level have paid dividends for him, and he's learned a lot from those losses. So I like it. I would love to see, because he's been steadily calling out Khamzat Chimaev. We got to see that title fight, but I would love to have that fight happen. If Khamzat does win the title, I do think Paulo Costa needs at least one more to be in the conversation, but say he loses, I think that's a dream matchup right away.
If I'm Paulo Costa, I'm sitting front row in August.
Oh,
Put yourself in the situation.
Chicago.
And God forbid Chimaev slips on a banana peel, you're going to get it. Or if he wins and they're sitting there like, hey, we don't have someone, you're going to be the guy. You ask for it, they're going to give it to you.
Absolutely.
You gotta be in Chicago in August. Put yourself in the front row.
Do it.
You have the history with Chimaev. He's out there DMing your girl. Put it to rest.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him. He has a name. He sells tickets.
Hey, he's entertaining, man. He knows how to talk. You know what I'm saying? Got the look, right? I mean, Paulo Chin, he could do it, brother. He can do it.
Yeah, I'm a big Paulo Costa fan, so I'm very happy about that. Big win for him. First win in like 3 years for him. And Roman Kopylov, I like him, but man, he always is like, he gets almost to the title and then falls. Again, he's on a 2-3 fight winning streak, and then he falls
again.
Drops
the ball a little. Yeah.
Oh, he's so frustrating.
He thinks about the takedown much, because I feel like that's where he will struggle a lot.
Yeah.
Very mindful of getting taken down, and I think that's what's holding him back on the feet. If he were to be a little more comfortable in the wrestling department and more of the grappling, I think you could see him open up. But it's the fact that he uses those kicks so much, right? If he exposes himself to the takedowns with those kicks, I think it makes it an even worse night for him. So yeah, we got to see his game improve a little bit. I think it opened our eyes a little. If Paulo Costa, you know, even though we do like to see right now, technically, a 3-fight skid, he gets his win back. It's not the best look for Roman Kopylov either. So, yeah, we got to see him improve in the future. But the night was on Paulo Costa. He deserved that.
I thought the fight of the night was Kevin Holland. And I want to ask you real quick. I mean, the fight, D-Rod looked great. And he almost lost, though, late.
The Cannabis Bowl. You saw John Anik?
Yeah, that was funny.
Johnny Anik.
Did Kevin Holland look a little off to you? He wasn't talking. He wasn't really the normal. And I know the broadcast brought it up as well, but it just didn't look like the same Kevin Holland, in my opinion.
Because when a gangster faces a real gangster, you know what's up, fool. D-Rod's undefeated in prison fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though he has, I think, just like we talked about Costa being gone for almost like 400 days, over a year, Rodriguez was gone for about half a year. He was gone for a little while. Kevin Holland recently fought, right? Only a couple months ago. So, yeah, it's just D-Rod still being committed to the game. You know what I mean? Still being in shape, coming in shape. If he wasn't in shape, he probably wouldn't have recovered from taking that shot and getting dropped. But obviously, he took it on the chin and he just kept rolling from it. So, yeah, man, I just think it's a little bit of that, bro. His persona, the way he carries himself, I think it's intimidating for a lot of guys, bro. A huge 1986 tattoo on his chest. You want to see Daniel Rodriguez across the ring, because he's going to be a trouble on the feet, always crisp with the boxing. And, I mean, hell, he's even said it. He's a grappler, too. You know, he came out in his career, his pro level, and started getting submissions, and he's like, yo, he's a jiu-jitsu guy, but bro knows how to strike, but he can wrestle and he can grapple. So D-Rod's, even at his age, man, he's always going to be a problem for anybody, even these young guys that are coming up and are supposed to be the next level or the next era of MMA. You got to get through the old heads, and bro still got it.
Yep. Great bounce back for Patricio Pitbull, man. Was I wrong about that? This is what I thought he was going to look like in his opening fight.
Yair. Too many, too much in the arsenal for Yair. Get them thinking way too much to digest and just absorb, to, calculate. Speaking of calculate, what we may see in that co-main event this weekend, but too much. There's information overload from Yair Rodriguez, and Dan he's limited, though. We like him in the pocket there. It just seemed that Pitbull had it figured out when it came to those exchanges. It's just not anything different he hasn't seen before in his 2 decades of fighting. So Pitbull was ready for Ige in that spot, man.
100%. He is now ranked 11th in that featherweight division. Who would you like next for Patricio? I know he called out Aaron Pico, but we'll see.
I like that. That's very smart of him, bro. Because they have history? They haven't fought though.
I don't know
It's just that
if they have
Bellator
fought.
history. You know what I mean? So, right, dude. I mean, featherweight.
I mean,
right
Aaron
now,
Pico.
11th.
He was scheduled to fight the number 1 guy at Mosvart. So
honestly, does Josh Emmett have anything lined up?
That's a tough fight. I don't think so.
But I feel like that could be a needle mover for him. You get past Josh Emmett, if you do it in some sort of fashion, like a finish. I mean, he could be then 1 fight away from a title after that.
You beat Aaron Pico, though. You're next.
You're right, man. Yeah, and he needs a fight. Nothing got announced for that, right? After Bosworth stepped out?
Yeah.
Nothing yet.
Maybe you want to be ready. You want to get back in the good graces of the
Let's do it.
the
2 Bellator fighters fighting for a UFC title shot.
I fucking love it. What did I tell you? Michael fucking Johnson, baby.
Yeah,
what a win. He always steps up when everyone counts him out. Plus 470 fucking 5, baby.
That
Michael
was
Johnson.
Cash,
and he always
shouted you out live on that shit.
And he always loses to the people who he's supposed to beat. But the people who count him out, he always wins. I'll say this. Awful loss for Daniel Zellhuber.
Bad loss. But
and Eric Nixon
Johnson's
was
surging right now, though.
Yeah, but Eric Nixon gave him great advice, and he didn't listen. And I thought it was very telling after the first round. He goes to Eric Nixon and goes, "Holy shit, he's fucking fast."
His body language.
That is not a good sign.
As soon as he felt some resistance, right? As soon as he was getting schooled a little bit from the vet, he like checked out mentally. You felt like you look at the corner, not only after the first round, but and then after the second round. People should have been placing live bets on MJ because he was still plus, I think, going into that second round after the first round. So if you didn't see it in that first corner work, you definitely saw it in the second corner's work. So
put him to fucking school, baby.
I mean, Eric Nixon's your coach. He was one of the coach of the year last year, right? If not the year before. So you have a really good corner. You need to kind of listen to him, and maybe there's a little disconnect there. You got so many fighters recently that have been getting in under Nick Sick's wing. Maybe I could, criticize Nick Sick a little bit. Maybe he was just a little out of touch with how to connect with Zellhuber.
Really? Because he was saying all the right things, because when Daniel Zellhuber was doing that, he was landing.
He may saying the right things to us, right? But maybe, Zellhuber, and that's not right. We like the hard-nosed guys. We like being, might come off abrasive, but it was just constructive criticism in that.
Yeah.
But, maybe if he was a little softer in a sense, it may have registered to Zellhuber, but that's not a good sign. Just like you said, it was a bad loss and also not good signs going forward.
No, and now he needs to just get back on track, Daniel Zellhuber. Michael Johnson's a guy. He's won 4 of his last 5 fights. So he's looking good right now. He's still not ranked in the lightweight, but he's ready for another big fucking fight, Michael Johnson. Don't ever count this fucking man out.
I think I'm looking at like outside the rankings, Zellhuber was a top 25 lightweight. So Michael Johnson beating him, he could have a fight that can get him in the top 15 again. Man, imagine 40-year-old MJ in rankings. That'd be sick, bro. I would love to see it.
Him versus Joel Alvarez.
Oh, Michael Johnson?
Yes.
Holy shit. Joel Alvarez isn't ranked?
He's ranked 15th.
Wow.
Hey, look what the UFC just did. They fed him to the wolves and Daniel Zellhuber. They were big on him. They said, oh, okay, here's Daniel Zellhuber, almost a minus 500 favorite. Sit the fuck down.
Sit down, my child.
My child.
He sunned you.
MJ Michael Johnson just took him to school. That fucking
packed his lunch and said, "Have a nice day."
Yeah, bye. You got some learning to do. What a fight! Lock dog, Vinicius Oliveira. What a fight between him and Kyle Phillips. Give credit to Kyler Phillips because after that first round,
crazy first round.
But I was like, holy shit, he survived. That output that Lock Dog puts on is ridiculous.
Damaging output. It's all power from every angle and every shot that he throws. And he seems like he's able to keep it. Like I was worried about in the third round, Kyle Phillips with his cardio and grappling that he might be able to take over. But anytime he was trying to grapple with Oliveira, he was getting shot on the way in. He was getting hit. It just was damaging. It was surmounting. And that first round was crazy, but I think it was the right decision. Yeah, I in my eyes, even though it was crazy in the first round, I think he won all 3.
Yeah, I thought he won all 3. I thought round 1 was close, but I thought he won all 3. I think one judge gave him the first round. I know we'll talk about it later, Corey Sandhagen and Marab, but watch out, Marab. Lock Dog is coming. I promise you. No, he is.
Yeah,
bro,
dude.
I'm telling you, he's gonna fight for a title next year.
Hey, there might be someone else besides Corey coming a little sooner with this weekend.
Who?
You know what I'm saying? We'll find out.
Oh, we'll find out.
Co-main
Good
event.
tease. Fight of the night, Brandon Allen. What a fucking performance. Unanimous decision over Marvin Vettori.
The legendary Chin.
Yeah. I thought he almost put him out in the first round, too. Cut him open up bad, but what a performance by Brandon Allen. I thought he won all 3 rounds. The wrestling was great. The striking was great. The volume was just there. And he was not going to lose in front of his brother. It was the nice tribute that
That's what I was going to say. I couldn't lose. My brother's in attendance.
Yeah, exactly. It was a nice tribute that the UFC did. The tribute for Marvin Vettori's brother. And, you know, it was the battle of the brothers. But glad the whole
that's
thing
why
is
I find
squashed.
a little classless on that part. I don't know if he was in touch with the situation, and it's not his job to. As a fighter, he's focused on his camp and winning the fight, which he did. But damn, that insult to injury.
Please, anytime I bet on Francisco Prado, please.
It's like me and my Peruvians, right?
I'm done. I'm done with the Argentine. He's done for me. And I thought he won. I don't know if it was a robbery, but it could have went either
Close
way.
fight. A split makes sense, man. In that one, it was disappointing. After we had all those finishes in the first prelims, bro. Fun.
How do you pronounce the Cameroon?
Atebo Gautier?
What? Yo, the guy's legit, bro.
Yeah. Big
That's
puncher.
Power, bro.
Big puncher. Valentin wanted nothing of it. I saw that all the way through. I was like, this dude's gonna get hit one time and be like, I want out. Where's the door? Where's the door? Get me out of here.
The other guy that you called great, the German, Islam Dulirov.
Yeah, I found out the model and who he was for, Versace. Bro was high end.
It's so fucked up.
He's got money already.
Yeah.
Incoming rich guys already wanting to fight. You know what I'm saying? Armin, Islam Dulatov.
Who's the guy who does the desk work? Who's the Armani?
Alan Joban. I mentioned
Alan
him.
Joban. Yeah.
He does a lot, man. He does a lot behind the scenes. He does a lot for fighters.
He was actually helping Dustin in his camp this upcoming camp.
He's a good guy, man. He's a little forgotten about in his career. He's done some good. He has a good record as well.
It was nice to see Superman Ryan Spann get the nice submission in the first round. It was nice to see him on the right track. Bruno
and Jimmy
Ferreira
Crute too.
Yeah, Jimmy Crute got the
all
nice
the controversies.
Submission.
Yeah, I'm glad to see those
first
two
6
guys.
fights were all finishes, and then it was all decisions.
Curse of my boy
girl.
Aaron. Brought Aaron out to B-dubs, and every time we bring Aaron out, we never see finishes. So curse of Aaron.
my girl Carly Judice. Told you via KO TKO plus 460, baby. What a knockout. She got that in the 3rd round.
She's a dog.
She is a dog, bro. So overall 318 in the books. How did you do record wise?
Yeah, brother. They're pretty solid. You know what I mean? Let's see. I got my overall total if you want to get right into it.
Well, just UFC, not the boxing just yet.
Let's see here. Let's go pick by pick. I got about I got to do the math. I'm stupid.
Oh, good. I'll tell you mine while you do it.
Is.
Yeah. So I went 5-3. We hit on the over in Max Holloway, but we do get the Dustin Poirier wrong. Roman Kopylov screwed me. We don't get there with Dan Ige. So 2-3 right there. Michael Johnson hit. So 3-3. Brandon Allen hit for me. 3-3. Francisco Prado did not hit. And then we get the Carly Judice via KO TKO plus 460. So I was up units regardless of the record.
Yeah, I think I might have been down a little bit. I went 5-7 for the UFC strictly.
Okay. And then we will get to the boxing in Wembley. Alexander Usyk knocks out Daniel Dubois in the 5th round.
The greatest. Simply the greatest.
He's the greatest of my generation. He's going to go down as one of the greatest boxers in heavyweight, cruiserweight. He's undisputed for the 3rd time. Won at cruiserweight, twice now at heavyweight. They need to book Joseph Parker versus Alexander Usyk next. They have to. Yeah. I mean, look at the resume he's on. Derek Chisora knocked out. Beat AJ twice in a row. Beat Daniel Dubois twice. Beat Tyson Fury twice.
Yeah. The hardest thing we always talk about is to beat that same opponent twice, and he's done it 3 times. And now, like you said, 3rd time as undisputed champion, undefeated as an Olympic boxer, gold medals up the wazoo. You know,
And
This
he's
guy,
given all this weight up. Look, he's not even that big.
but they talked about it. He's just no stop movement. The way that he moves in there, it's just unrelenting. Like I forgot who spoke about it, but they said that they were never more tired than they were when they got in the ring with Usyk. So he just makes you tired. He's got power there. You know, he could outscore you, outpoint you. Whatever the fight goes, he could take it. And he, honestly, just watching him, like that's why I argue that way the game has evolved. You got to give credit to the sports. You know, and we still respect the guys that came before us, but at the end of the day, it'd be discrediting these new athletes that they're not better than the guys from the past because the sport has evolved, the level of competition has gotten better, the strength and conditioning has. You put Usyk against maybe any historic heavyweight of all time, I might put my money on Alexander Usyk.
It was insane. I'm so happy he knocks him out in the 5th round, and all the chat goes to Daniel Dubois and his pregame party hours before the fight. People in this camp saying, you know, his dad threw the party. He really didn't want to be there. Regardless, people saying he showed up an hour before the fight. Even Conor McGregor, who's an all-time partier, you want nothing to do with this fight. The day of the fight, it's all tranquility. People reading the Bible, they are locked in.
That's why you saw Usyk behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Solace. It was quiet.
Solace, quiet. And that's why he won. Like, look
yeah.
at Daniel Dubois. He's out there taking selfies for people. You need to get those people out of your life.
Yeah, get him out of your life.
Seriously.
They should not have connection to you. They should not have access to you. He needs to relock in because, you know, where his trajectory would have been if he beat Usyk would have been, you know, meteoric.
Yeah.
But now,
and people comparing it to Ilia Topuria. First of all, it was a dinner the night before. And a dinner plus a party are two different things, in my opinion.
Yeah, you need to eat after those weigh-ins. I mean, that's what normally happens is people normally have like steak dinners or they carbo load. You know, everyone's different in that, but they definitely have that. And it's like you said, totally different than a party where there is no focus. There's no, everything's chaotic in those situations. And I think it reared its ugly head in the fight too. He did not look himself, but I think also it was Usyk taking him out entirely. So he may not have been mentally involved, but also when he got in there, as we spoke about with like Zell Huber and some others, when you are seeing this other dude across from you, sometimes you just check out. And it seemed like Dubois wanted out after getting dropped that first time. He's like, bro, if he hits me one more time, I don't think I could take it. And
we think we have one more fight for Alexander Usyk. In my opinion, it has to be Joseph Parker.
You said Joseph Parker.
It should have been Joseph Parker this week or last weekend.
But
the trilogy with Tyson Fury is looming. That is going to be a very big money maker.
Can't they do Fury because he's out of retirement now? Can't they do him and AJ for the greatest British boxing match of all time and label it that?
Yeah, it could be. It could be that. I think Jake Paul wants AJ.
Very interesting. What was the face-off that Usyk faced off against Jake Paul, right?
Well, he called it in MMA. He does not want it in boxing.
Yeah, he does not want it in MMA.
Realistically, though, what do you think is next for Alexander Usyk?
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing that makes sense is Joseph Parker, unless that it's going to be, stalemated, and then like we get the AJ and Fury. But I mean, he lost to those guys twice. The only illogical thing that makes sense is Joseph Parker, unless any of these young heavyweights make a leap. You know, we talked like Moses Atama, right? Some of these heavyweights maybe he's going for.
That's what His Excellency Turki Ali Sheikh said. Moses Atama next.
Yeah, youngest.
Pump the brakes.
But I think we need to pump the brakes on that. I think you said Joseph Parker. I think it's right for where they are at the heavyweight division, and then after that fight, whoever comes out could open up the floodgates.
Yeah, 100%. I just want to check something real quick while we're on the topic. Literally 13 hours ago. Wow. So the this is getting interesting. I just checked this. The WBO officially have ordered Alexander Usyk to defend his undisputed heavyweight title against Joseph Parker next. Both parties have 30 days to agree, then purse bids.
If 81 declines, if the champ declines, which he probably won't, he gets stripped, right?
Yes, he'll get stripped. And Riyadh season just came out 10 hours ago. I did not see this. Riyadh season and Celia are not interested in making a fight between Usyk and Joseph Parker, according to the Ring magazine. And who owns the Ring magazine?
Turki Ali Sheikh.
Coincidence? I think not. So it's unfortunate. The big Us is getting fucked. Make the fight. Joseph Parker is next.
That's right. Boxing's dead.
Yeah,
The
boxing's
turkey
dead.
killed it. No, I'm playing.
No. We love it.
Yeah, come on now. Let's get that fight going.
What a fight to end Saturday night for Manny Pacquiao, man. Whoo!
Yo.
It was ruled a draw.
Big money
115, 113 Barrios.
How did we not see the draw coming, bro?
114 times 2. He does retain the WBC welterweight following the title. 2 draws on his record now, but a lot of people thought he won. He was the favorite going into the last round. It was definitely much more competitive than we thought. We cashed the over, by the way, but they have to run it back.
Right?
They have to.
It's the only thing that makes sense. Yeah, Mario Barrios is a shell of himself, what he was. To let Manny Pacquiao do what he did in there. I'm not high on him. And yeah, they could run it back, but like we just spoke about with not even allowing Joseph Parker to possibly get that matchup for the WBO. The commission is trying to get it set up, and yet the promotions don't. I hope they can maybe get that going, but it seems like they could also go another direction.
What do our parents always say? Money talks, bullshit walks, right?
That's right.
So it's unfortunate. I like Conor Benn throwing his name out there. He said, Barrios, if the rematch doesn't happen, I'd love to fight you. Looks like that Conor Eubanks too is not going to happen. They can't find a deal. So that's unfortunate because that was the fight to make, especially financially.
Yeah, and real quick before you move on, in that same card, the Barrios-Pacquiao card, I hit in the co-main event, Sebastian Fundora. Being as tall as he made Tim Tszyu look like he didn't involve. Man, he should not have been there. Turki Al-Sheikh was highly criticizing Tim Tszyu, and I don't think that was necessarily fair of him, but, I mean, not even 2 rounds, you're out of the fight. Yeah,
out of the fight. It did not look good for him either.
No.
But good call on that. That was a nice fight. Jesse Bam Rodriguez put him out. There has never been a bad Jesse Bam Rodriguez fight. Every fight I've seen, he puts him out.
Yeah, dude. We need those matchups we were clamoring about earlier this year. Maybe we start setting up like closer towards the end of the year. We get up our pound for pound rankings, both MMA and boxing wise.
Should we be promoters? I mean,
why don't we just start our own?
Yeah, we should. We
should
just
be fun
financially. But yeah, went 1-0 in that Manny Pacquiao fight, hit the over, and then I go 0-1 into Daniel Dubois because I thought he was gonna win via decision.
I thought so too. I backed you. We were both on the same page there. See him being able to outclass Dubois, not put him out again like he did the first time. Wow.
Insane. So, all right, kid. Overall, good weekend. Did I miss anything?
No, I think we had it all covered. That's why I wanted to throw in that Sebastian Fundora, the towering Inferno.
Yeah, I was gonna get
big underdog. How did that even happen? How did they miss that?
I have no.
We chased the books. We beat the books, baby.
Exactly, baby. All right, kid. Before we head over to Abu Dhabi, a quick word from Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching UFC Abu Dhabi. It does not matter. We favor our flavors perfectly with our Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at Axe Cake Picks and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. UFC moves on along. UFC Abu Dhabi, headlined by Robert Whittaker and RDR. Prelims start at 12 o'clock here.
Love
on
it.
ABC card.
Yes, ABC card, bro.
And main card 3 p.m. start. We are out of there by 7 o'clock.
That's the best.
That is the best. But kid, I'll let you start it off. We got a great fight card. I like it.
Yeah, bro. And it kicks it off, I think, with a full head of steam because these heavyweights are not going to back down from one another. And it's the debut of Marcus Buchecha. Marcus Buchecha, if you don't know him, he's a 4th degree Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I mean, he's one of the all-time leaders in wins in IBJJF, ADCC. I mean, he's like the king of Masters division and absolute weight class and also heavyweights. He's the man, and I think the easy choice for a lot of people here would be to take Buchecha in his debut to get that submission, which is only like even money. It's like plus 100, plus 105, minus 110, somewhere around that range. And I could have easily gone with that because you know how biased I am to my grapplers. But something I know that a lot of people don't is Martin Buday is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt himself, as opposed to most other heavyweights who have no clue and are like fish out of water on the ground. Martin Buday is not that. And if you look at size, Martin Buday is bigger than Marcus Buchecha. We've seen in the past how hard it is for these fighters to make their debuts on the biggest stage of them all. You get big plus money on a guy who's fought a bunch of times in the UFC, and I think he's a couple fights removed from that Shamil Gaziev finish.
Wow.
Martin Buday is going to be the better striker in there. He's bigger, and he knows he's competent on the ground. I don't think he's going to get submitted. So I think the values with Martin Buday, give me him at plus 260 compared to that favorite Buchecha on his debut, a minus 275, minus 300. I'm going to fade that because, like I said, there's not much value there. I'm all in on the dog of the first fight of the evening. We seem to crash. We seem to cash on these dogs early.
Marcus Buchecha via submission at minus 105, baby. Went right to it. It's not every day we get a two-time ADCC champion in the UFC. It's even less often that we get a submission prop at near even money. So I'm assuming the reason for that is Buchecha's debut is that he's fighting Martin Buday. Buday 6-1 in the UFC. He's never been taken down. However, he's never really fought a grappler on the level of Buchecha's level. So we'll get to see the levels of grappling in this one,
yes,
and I think he's going to get it. Once he gets taken down, I think it's over from there. So Buchecha via submission at minus 105.
Brother, I did have that. You know, we were going to align perfectly, and I'm sort of glad that I changed it up for the dog because I do see value in that. But this is a closer fight than I think people expect. But if it does go to the ground and Martin Buday is on his back, Buchecha excels there. So you could find him a submission, but I changed it, and so we're going head-to-head in that one. I'm glad you're involved in the first fight, bro. Let's go on to this featherweight matchup next. Muhammad Yahya is representing UAE, you know, but he is in a world of hurt, I think. You know, at plus 310, the reason being is Stephen Nguyen. I mean, he's legit. I coming out of the Dana White Contender Series, he's a bona fide finisher, and he has cardio. He has power. He seems to have good technique. He's very sound on the feet and on the ground. I think he could find a way to finish this fight. And so I'll take Nguyen inside the distance at minus 140. He's favored, like I said, minus 335. Muhammad, too big of a dog. Even in his own backyard, I don't think it's going to make the difference.
Nice.
Light heavyweights take center stage in the next one. Ibo Aslan is minus 260 because he brings the power. He brings the fight. This fight could end very early, and that's what I see because Billy Elcala is there to get hit. You've seen it in the past. I mean, he just got choked out by Bogdan Guskov in his last fight. So, I mean, he leaves his neck out there. He leaves his chin out there. Plus 240. I don't know who would be backing a Billy Elcala. Though he's game, I think Ibo Aslan's more game, and just the relentless pressure in that first round, I think Ibo Aslan's going to find his least path to resistance. The victory for him is going to be Aslan first round KO TKO at plus 190. I'm all in on the first round finish, and even more so, I'm going to have that as a first leg of a parlay. I'm going to get some money out of that for you.
Yeah, sitting at a nearly 2-1 favorite, Aslan I think he looks great back. He looks like a good guy to back here and get back into the win column here against Billy. Aslan, he needs to improve his ground game. I do think that, and his submission defense. Billy via submission plus 950. I almost got there. I almost got
to the window, huh?
Fortunately, Billy is not a wrestler, so I think the fight is actually going to stay on the feet. And Ibo Aslan, I think he should land early and often. And Billy, he is coming off a bad loss in his UFC debut, so I don't see this matchup really going any different. Via KO TKO for Ibo Aslan.
What's the number on that? Is it a minus? It's favorited, right?
Let me check because
it's a safer bet. I love that you don't go as specific as mine. You tend to cash a little bit more, even when sometimes we're on the same page, because the safer bets are smarter bets sometimes.
I gotta go to it
most times.
But
I went all in on that plus 190 first round because like you said, early and often, I think it's right.
I am off my fucking
rocker.
I don't have it right here. What's that? It's not best fight odds. What do you use?
It's favorited minus 145, minus 150.
Oh, that's not bad. What's the
I like fight odds. Checking that out. Best fight odds is also good.
Best fight.
Yeah, there's a couple other spots.
No, not best fight odds. That one's trash. It's called
fightodds.io.
I did .com, fightodds.io.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
For everyone that needs to be in tune with all the prop bets.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a minus 280 favorite, but if you get him via KO TKO,
no free shout outs, but sponsor
minus
the show.
145.
Come on, fightodds.io.
Yeah, love it.
And this next one, a strawweight matchup, I think these two girls are ready, man. Amanda Hebos always brings the heat. Minus 180, they have her favorite here. I mean, she shows her skill set on the feet. She's not really lost a lot of fights standing too much. And I know she's coming off that submission loss, but, people are certainly going to be backing Baby Shark as a dog at plus 165. And I came almost close at the window to cash in with Tabitha Ritchie. But when I saw that weigh-ins, I think out of all the weigh-ins, the ceremony weigh-ins that I saw saw the size discrepancy here. And like I said, with she having the advantage on the feet and then she has some good jiu-jitsu, I think though the wrestling department is with Tabitha Ritchie, I feel like she might not be able to do anything with it when she gets Ribas to the ground. So I'm going to go with the favorite. I'll take her on the money line because, like I said, her well-rounded game makes me think anything's on the table. Amanda Hebos, I'd like to see her win this one. Minus 180, I'm going to take it.
Sorry, bro. We're on different odds. I'm going to go give me Baby Shark plus 175 here, baby. In her UFC career, she's 6-3. She's 6-1 in fights where she was able to secure a takedown.
Yeah.
0-2 where she could not. This bodes well for her in this fight with Amanda Hebos. Hebos has struggled with takedowns in each of her last 3 fights, all which were against fighters with less wrestling skills than Tabitha Ritchie. So, with that, plus her ability to strike, it seems like she's better everywhere in this fight. I'm surprised at the number, and I think she should be able to hand Amanda Hebos here.
Should be closer, right?
Plus 175. Give me Baby Shark.
I love the money line. I love the value that you're getting out of that one. So may the best man win or woman in that match. So let's go into the bantamweights, man. Bro, I think this is a favorite fight of mine. I think this is. I don't think this is going to the judges right off the bat. My play is under 2.5 rounds. It's a part of a parlay. I'm taking it under 2.5 is plus 120 for D2's guys who are bona fide finishers. Yeah, Davey Grant's tough enough to make it to the judges, but if he has his way, bro, he finishes fights. Davey Grant is dangerous for a reason. So plus 295, if you want to back him, I think he's got some value there. But I think the world of Damon Blackshear because he had all the ground game. And it seems that his stand-up is coming along as well. So I think the odds makers are right with putting him the favorite. He's got the age advantage, too. We talked about almost that 10-year age gap that tends to be about 3/4 of the time, 75% of the time. The younger fighter does come out victorious. But like I said, Davey Grant is no slouch in there. So I like the under. I think either guy could get a finish. And so under 2.5 rounds is plus 120 in that one. Nice. Might be my, this actually, as I talked about this fight before, this next one might be my personal favorite. It's a welterweight matchup. Muslim Salikhov, the king of Kung Fu, is plus 380 taking on Carlos the Lion Leal at minus 435. And I think both guys bring it. I think it's going to be a stand-up fight. Leal could go and try to take him down, but Salikhov is not easy to be taken down and normally doesn't accept position there. And he's talented on the feet. We just saw him come off of that spinning kick knockout against Kenan Song. So, man, no official play. Like I said, it's the official lean because if I'm taking Leal as the favorite at minus 435, man, I looked at the prop bets. There's not much value on any of them. Might want to take the risk on those prop bets if you're not getting the value out of it. So that's why I'll just officially lean Leal with the advantage of the X factor with the wrestling. So this is the main event of the preliminary card for UFC Abu Dhabi, and we're getting the weight class debut of Bryce Mitchell at 135 pounds, man. So these bantamweights, I think, are going to bring it because he's favorited here. He's minus 125. But Said Nurmagomedov, man, he's going to have Khabib in his corner, right? He's going to have a very good camp, and he's coming with a lot of good skills, plus 120. He's been here at this weight class. And another bantamweight fight that I didn't have to go to distance. I'm going to compile this one under 2.5 rounds at plus 130 with my under 2.5 rounds at plus 120 for the Blackshear Grant fight. Because I think, Bryce Mitchell wants to make a statement, coming into his debut at 135. And Said Nurmagomedov as well. I think Khabib and all of them in the corner, you'd be like, you got to tap this guy out. Like, you have to finish this guy. It's going to disrespect our name. So, I feel like neither guy is going to give in. And I think someone's going to sleep. I don't know if it's going to be on the feet or if it's going to be on the ground, but I see this not going to the judges. So, cap off that Abu Dhabi unders parlay at plus 400. Those two under 2.5 rounds give you some great value.
Yeah, give me Bryce Mitchell minus 138. Some people are off of Bryce Mitchell after watching him kind of fall a few times at featherweight. Now some doubt, I guess some people doubt him and how his skills will translate as he comes up to bantamweight. And I think that's a little bit of a crapshoot. He was never a big featherweight to begin with. Now that he's at down a weight class where he can kind of throw his body weight around a little bit more, I think he should be able to bully some people with his grappling. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do with Said Nurmagomedov. So I'm taking Bryce Mitchell. I think he's the better fighter here. Minus 138. I'm all over.
Bro,
Thug
imagine.
Nasty.
Yeah, Thug Nasty gets a submission finish with Habib in the corner. It's embarrassing. Saeed will be excommunicated from the Nurmagomedov clan.
Immediate.
Goodbye. So here we go. We made it to the main card, man. And I like this first matchup. Yeah, I know you like the minor, right? Nikita Krylov, he's a vet, man, over 40 career MMA fights. They got him as a favorite here at minus 175 because, you know, Bogdan Guskov, I still feel like he's a wild card, right? He's like unproven here in a sense. He's got some good wins in the UFC, but he gets submitted by Volkan Ozdemir, who's not a grappling guy. So they got him at plus 175, man. But I've seen Nikita Krylov drop the ball a couple of times. You know, I've seen him get finished by submissions plenty of times in the first round. And I'm going all in on my Verdict XP with the Bogdan Guskov submission in the first round. But I'll just take him straight up on the money line because he does love his knockouts. I mean, he is dangerous for over 14 first-round finishes there. I think Krylov is getting up there in age. Certainly doesn't show it at times, but I do see, like, based off that last fight, he could be on the decline, right? So I'm a little worried about him favorited. I see value in Guskov, and that's why I'm taking him, but I surely don't blame you if you go the other way.
Yeah, I think this is a huge step up for Bogdan Guskov here.
Big Dan.
Minus 185, almost a $2 favorite. I agree with the market. I just think this is another scenario where I just think there's a grappling disparity here. In his UFC debut, Bogdan Guskov, he came in and was utterly dominated by Volkan Ozdemir before being submitted in the first round. That same Volkan Ozdemir fought Nikita Krylov just one fight prior and had no answers for the ground game of Nikita Krylov. So, in fact, Krylov took him down 7 times in that fight and easily cruised to a victory. MMA math is not always a good way to pick a winner, but it does seem like it demonstrates the differences here. So, yeah, give me Nikita Krylov, the minor.
Hey, Slava Ukraine, baby. So let's go into this flyweight matchup next. 125-pound, the Kazakhstani Asu Amabayev is back. Minus 105 here on the books I'm seeing because Jose Ochoa is plus 105. And you know something bad's about to happen here for your boy. Give me Asu Amabayev. I'll take that price that you're getting him at. I think he just slipped up his last fight. He fought a very tough guy. Ochoa, you know, I know Loner Kavanaugh might not be that bad of a fighter, but you lose to him in Dana White Contender Series, and you do like win your UFC debut. But I think Amabayev is a high level fighter, so I like the dude. I don't think you're necessarily going to get a price like this on him anytime in the future for the Kazakhstanian. So I'll jump on him. I think that this fight could easily make it to the judges' scorecards though at 125.
Yeah, give me the dog. We're going head-to-head in a lot. Give me the dog.
Yeah, I like it.
Plus 107, Jose Ochoa. I'm taking him. I think it should be a fun, fast-paced fight. He showed creativity, high-level striking, and he has finishing power in the weight class. Ochoa, he just needs to stop takedown attempts from Amabayev. And if he does that, I think he should win this fight. In his last fight, Amabayev had 0 success getting Manel Kape to the ground, forcing him essentially to a kickboxing fight. As a result, he was TKO'd in the 3rd round. So I think the blueprint to beat Amabayev here is, as Jose Ochoa, stuff the takedowns, keep the fight on the feet, keep the fight on the outside, and eventually he'll get the knockout. But I saw minus 110, and the money's going the opposite way. I don't agree with the line movement. I'm going to take plus 107. I'm going to give me the dog.
Sweet, man. If you hit on my Peruvians, you need to take the mantle. You just got to start betting on them, bro.
And you take the Argentines.
There we go. We'll see what happens there. Now, this featured bout is a good one, man. Middleweight matchup, 185 pounds. Shower Bullet made weight. He actually looked good. He looked intense. And, I mean, where he is fighting, we got to get him in the States, man. I hope a commission could clear him to fight, but it seems like, it's a losing battle there. But he's going to be entertaining, as he always is. Minus 555. I mean, even up to minus 600 for him. The odds makers all over him as the favorite because, Marc-Andre Barro, plus 500. Does he have a shot here? I think as the fight progresses, if it gets there, you could start seeing his game take over. But, man, in the early often, he starts a little too slow for my liking. And Shara Bullet, man, the Pirate, he starts fast. So, I had that Ibu Aslam first-round finish. A lot of times Barrowalt loses via KO TKO. It happens the first time, and a lot of Shaur Magamadov's finishes happen in the first round. I think he's too talented on the feet. I think it's going to be a quick night for him and entertaining for the Abu Dhabi fans. Let's get Shower Bullet, first round KO TKO at plus 275. And then, like, I'm going to incorporate it with, like I said, the other one for Evil Islam's first one, KO TKO. Both of those combined, the Pirate in the last Ottoman parlay get you plus 1,000. Let's lock it in.
Yeah, nothing here. I hope Shower Bullet loses.
Right. And then we've made it to the co-main event. Bantamweight matchup. I think title implications, don't you think? Peter Yan, minus 360. He's taking on the Maniac, Marcus McGee, at plus 330. And a lot of people, I think, are counting out Marcus McGee. I do. I do think he's live in this spot. And you look at the value. You look at the ways you could take Peter Yan. Via KO TKO is favorited. Via decision is favorited. Submission may be there, but I just think it's off the table for him. So strictly, though, I do like Peter Yan a lot, and he could easily win this matchup if classic Peter Yan shows up. But I think the values with Marcus McGee in this one. I do, and I don't necessarily see that Peter Yan is going to be finished. Marcus McGee is going to have power. He seems to be in tremendous shape. I mean, we got to see if the cardio is there as he gets later into the fight, because I think that's going to weigh a lot. But if Peter Yan, is slow in that first round and he's using it to download the information, as we talked about in the past, it might be for naught, because this is a 3-round fight. This is not a 5-round fight. And Peter Yan may need 5-round fights to go ahead and do what he does. But just based off value, like I said, with a 3-round fight, the power advantage and all, I'm going to go with Marcus McGee via decision. So I'm not just taking him. I know you can take him on the money line. It might be worth it there with the plus 300 and up price. But like I said, I don't think that Peter Yan's going to sleep. I don't think he's getting TKO'd, and nor do I see him getting submitted. So I think the value pick is straight up taking McGee via decision at plus 600.
Ooh, what a number. Okay, this is my favorite fight of the weekend,
Awesome.
if I'm being honest. And,
it's a good one.
I really had thoughts about backing McGee straight up at plus 330 because I think it's great odds right here.
Value.
But the step up in competition, I think, is just too much for me to, trust it. However, with that being said, I am on Marcus McGee plus 3.5 at plus 120. McGee is a quick starter and Petr Yan is not. McGee outlanded Jonathan Martinez 33-7 in the first round of his last fight. In each of his last 2 wins, Yan posted the fewest numbers of significant strikes in the first round. If McGee could win that round, he'll just have to survive the next 2. So we cash plus 3.5 at plus 120. I think it's great odds. And don't be surprised if Marcus McGee gives Petr Yan a very good fight. So I'm all over Marcus McGee. I hope he wins the fight. I think Petr Yan is good enough to win. All we need is 1 round. Give me Marcus McGee plus 3.5 at plus 120.
Like I said, the smart bets, the sharp D-Rock. You got it covered. I'll give you the risky, crazy bets, predictions, and D-Rock's going to be like, pump the brakes a little. I got something that will actually cash. So listen to my man. Let's go into the main event of UFC Abu Dhabi, and it's my boy headlining it. Bobby Knuckles, man. I've been a fan of Robert Whittaker since I can remember, man. And he's a stalwart. You got to get through him to make a name of yourself. And this is another one. This is big in this Abu Dhabi card, and we're getting another Abu Dhabi card later in the pay-per-view, right? Later this year. Man, this is title implications, I think, for both 135 and both 185. So let's see if the favorite, Robert Whittaker, can come out victorious. He's minus 150. But, man, RDR, man, those weigh-ins as well. He looked bigger than Robert Whittaker. He looks like he's a legit contender, man. That ground game is something else, and he seems to be competent on the feet. So I think he's very live at plus 140. D-Rock, first fight of the whole card I've been taking a lead on. I'm going to want to hear your opinion first on it.
Yeah. De Ridder has plenty of experience he could tap into. He won't be too big. This fight's not going to be too big for him. Fighting a 5-round main event against one of the best middleweights, in UFC history. De Ridder's forward, annoying pressure, as well as his length. He's the bigger fighter. He has the longer reach. I think it's going to wear on Robert Whittaker, and I think it's going to force him to make mistakes here. Once Whittaker does that, De Ridder, he's an unforgiving fighter, and he
capitalizes,
he won't allow you to recover. the odds, the value, plus 125, plus 130. Give me RDR, man. I think it's his time. I love Robert Whitaker. He's one of the best middleweight fighters in the world, but I think it's time. I think RDR is the truth.
I think so as well, man. I'm back in RDR. I think it's a tough spot for Whitaker. I think RDR travels well. I think he's got good IQ, man. Anywhere the fight goes, he seems to be in control of it. He's a bigger guy too. Robert Whitaker struggles with guys that are bigger, as he always has at the middleweight division. I mean, it's interesting to see how good he is, and then some guys that may have less skills or less talent than him, he kind of folds at times. And I think the same right here. I think RDR's pressure is just going to get to Whitaker. He's not going to be able to implement his style, the karate base. He's going to lose his footwork, and RDR is just going to take over. He may even take him down and get that submission, but some tells me, RDR could win on the judges as well. Robert Whitaker is tough to put out, so don't be surprised if he goes to the judges. And even if it's close there, I still feel like if RDR wins even on a split, he could get to the title. He really could. That's how surging he is in this weight class. So, yeah, man. I like RDR. I like all about storylines, as we're kind of leading to. We talked about Paulo Costa and Khamzat Chimaev, as this fight right here has implications. I see that if DDP does beat Khamzat, not only are we getting the Paulo Costa and Khamzat Chimaev fight, I do think we get the Dutchman fight. We get DDP against RDR.
Wow. I love it, kid. Well, good luck. Like I said, we do have early start time, prelim start on ABC at noon Eastern. Main card starts at 3. So we are locked and loaded. Cannot wait for that fight. Title implications here in the main event. So, kid, let's go to we got some news before we get into because I got some boxing. We got to talk about my girl Clarissa Shields. Whoa. We got some news for Noche UFC September 13. The return of Tatiana Suarez again against Amanda Lemos. What are your thoughts here? This is a tough comeback fight for her.
Yeah, but I feel like with Lemos, man, I don't know. I like Tatiana Suarez in that a lot. Mm-hmm. I feel like she's gonna want to right the wrong of losing that title fight. Right? We were all in on her, thinking that she would have been the next champ, and I'm still high on her. I still feel like that wrestling, nobody really possesses the type of wrestling she has. Yeah. So Lemos may see the time submission she's gotten, and they weren't really strong grapplers. I fear a submission is coming Lemos's way, and it's going to come courteous of Tatiana Suarez.
Freak Show in the chat. Let's go. Just in time for some news. And what news do we have? Dana White announced on Tuesday via IG Live. Usually back in the day, it was on Thursdays. Now it's on either Tuesdays or Wednesdays. What's up, everyone? I love when he says that. Fights are
if you don't know, now you know. Yeah, bro.
UFC 320. The return and the rematch. Magomed Ankalaev, my boy, will defend his light heavyweight title against Alex Poatan Pereira October 4th, Las Vegas, Nevada. The rematch, light heavyweight title. The co-main event. What a turnaround. Merab Dvalishvili will defend his bantamweight title against Corey Sandhagen. Co-main event, 5 rounds, October 4th.
Abu Dhabi.
No, October 4th is Las Vegas. This is going to be his fourth title fight in 13 months when he defends it against Corey Sandhagen.
Oh, he defends it.
What activity by the fucking champ? I mean, we'll talk about the Tom Aspinall in a minute, but out of these fights that were announced, that was the most surprising, the quick turnaround for Merab.
I love it. Yeah, because if he wins and if he maybe walks through Corey Sandhagen, we might see him another time this year. And he goes down as fighter of the year. Because he's already fighter of the year. Is he not? He's already fighter of the year.
Yeah,
and he's just going to cement it. And I think he beats Corey Sandhagen. I hate to jump right to it, but I do, man. I think it's just too much. The body type is too similar of Sean. He's going to be so used to it. I think he's going to know what to do. Obviously, there's dangers presented by Corey Sandhagen that some other fighters don't have. But I think Merab's ready for it. I think he's the truth, man. I think he may
get rid of the bantamweight division. He's just running through everyone.
We talked about 125 being canceled. Merab's going to single-handedly close 135.
Yeah, literally. I mean, Lock Dog is next. If he runs through Corey Sandhagen, Lock Dog is next.
Get ready.
And also we got what a fight. This is the fight we talked about. Yuri Prochazka will take on Khalil Roundtree Jr. on that same card. Probably the third fight on the main card. We also have Andre Munoz and Edmund Shabazian on that card as well that got announced. But out of those,
not to touch that fight.
yeah, out of those 3 fights, let's start with the main event. Can you guess the odds?
Oof. Give it to me again.
You want the odds or you want the main
Give
event?
me the names again. Yeah, I got to get one more time.
Magomed Ankalaev taking on Alex Pereira.
I think they're going to favor Ankalaev. Minus 150, though.
Close. Minus 195, Magomed. Alex Pereira plus 165.
I was going to say, if he gets close to 200, that's pretty crazy to me. I don't feel like it was that. I don't think it was that far away of a fight. I think it was close, but he was just in control. Like, he just shut down Pereira's game. But, it's always the danger Pereira presents. Yeah. Any one shot you collect, you could go.
I just think I like Pereira. I think he's one of the biggest stars in UFC, but I just think Magomed.
He got his number.
Yeah.
Styles may
What do you think about the co-main event? Merab, favorite.
Minus 400.
Close. Minus 350 plus 285 for Corey Sandhagen. That makes sense, though.
Yep.
And the Khalil Roundtree, Yuri Prochazka.
I think Yuri Prochazka is going to be favored. I think as well, and I think it's going to be another one that's almost a $2 favorite. Minus 200.
Minus 190 Yuri Prochazka, plus 165 Khalil Roundtree. Good job. That was much better.
This week. Yeah, a lot better this week. I was off a little in the first one, but a lot closer than the other 2.
All right, and then another title fight, UFC 321 main event title against Cyril Gane. Tom Aspinall will defend his belt.
That's why I was like, why is it not reversed? Why are they not in Abu Dhabi and the others are in Las Vegas?
Well, the taxes. He wants to go
tax free. Where's tax free? Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, well,
tax free.
It's much less than Vegas.
Okay.
So,
but hey, Vegas I like is a lot less than
New York,
New Jersey.
Yeah, New York, and it all sets up for November. It's probably going to be JDM versus Islam.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, they're doing it. It would nice to see them get a co-main event for 319. I feel like that's not been announced. Am I wrong about that for Chicago, which is less than 2 weeks away?
Yeah.
So I mean, come on, UFC, you guys are good. We know the matchmakers. I mean, we can get this shit rolling.
Yeah, 100%. I am looking.
Get this ship rolling.
There was cards, but yeah, Tom Aspinall is almost a $4 favorite as well, so makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah, but this is the type of fight he loses.
Ooh, you think he might slip?
For some reason, can't. Yeah. I think he's got the power. He's got, but Cyril Gane should be just as fast as him, right? I think it's Aspinall taking him down. No.
I think he's going to want to do exactly what John Jones did in 2 minutes. Just
take him down.
And he could submit him.
And I believe that. I do. I think that's Gane's hole, 100%. It's always going to be. But you can't say that Gane isn't going to match Tom Aspinall in speed.
No, he won't.
I think he does.
Where have you seen that? Against who?
Okay. I mean,
Tom Aspinall is the best heavyweight in the world.
I don't disagree. But I'm just saying that if there's anything you could say, what's the strong suit of Cyril Gane, it's probably his footwork and speed.
Yes, his footwork. I would agree with that.
But then if you're saying that Aspinall is that much faster than him, he should easily blow right through Cyril Gane.
I think he's gonna. I think he's like, John beat him in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I would have beat
him in 1 minute 30 seconds. I would go under half a round.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, under 2.5 minutes.
And I'm burying the lead, which should be the co-main event for UFC 321. The return of the Iron Turtle. Jung Young Park is taking on Ikram Aliskerov.
Why can't we get a South Korean card? I know we don't have the Korean Zombie, but we're getting a lot of good fighters out there. So
we got the Freak Show in the chat saying for the heavyweight title, same speed, difference in power.
I agree.
That's
my boy Spence. Yo, shout out, bro.
All right, and then we have what a fight. Should be the headliner, I think, and I'm glad she's fighting in Canada mostly. UFC Vancouver, October 18th. Mana Fior will take on Jasmine Jazz Divisius. She wins this fight. Who just fought for a belt? Jasmine is next.
Yeah, she needs this. I think it's in Canada. Where's this fight taking place?
UFC Vancouver Fight Night.
Oh man, she's gonna have the Canadian crowd backs their fighters, man. I would love to see Jasmine win it. It's gonna be a tough fight. It certainly is.
My question is now, where does this leave Natalia Silva? Because we were thinking, or does not that super fight not happen then?
We talked about it. I think they're kind of putting it together. This is if it's for some reason, nothing's been announced for Noche, right?
The main event, yeah, for UFC Noche.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Diego Lopez and Lord Silva.
Okay, so yeah, that's definitely not happening then. I was gonna say
No,
for some
no.
reason when I associate Noche too, I do attach Valentina to it. We've seen her a couple times there, so just her fluency in all the different languages, she can attract to anywhere, any region in the world. She's that special. But yeah, I mean, they could just throw Natalia Silva. She deserves it. She deserves the title shot. They could make that matchup if they don't want to do the super fight. And it seems that's not the priority right now. Like you said, the prerogative is in kind of establishing the divisions, though they've had weight class jumps with some fighters. I still feel like they're like, hey, you're now in this division. Go and defend it. Fight in your weight class. So.
Yeah, so we'll see. Two things in boxing real quick. We just talked about him. Jerome Boots Ennis, he signed a multi-fight year deal extension with Matchroom. So he's all locked and loaded.
Shout out Matchroom.
With Matchroom.
Eddie Hearn, right?
Yep, Eddie Hearn. And then October 5th, Brick City, headline by Platinum Mike Perry. BKFC is coming to New Jersey, baby.
Let's go, bro. We got to get Frank out. Frank reminds me of Mike Perry. I feel like it'd be a perfect vibe to go to. Like,
bro, we got to go.
But
it is the same night of UFC 320, which sucks.
I'm okay. We could put it on the phones.
Yeah.
You have never been to a BKFC before or a bare knuckle fight?
Never.
It's electric. It's the final evolution of the combat sports fan.
Yeah. And I'm a big fan of Dave Felder. I'll call him up. I'll be like, hey, bro, just push it back a week.
You got to get in touch with my boy Brian Sosha. He does show bare knuckle every Tuesday for them. He's the man. I met him in person. That's the guy you got to connect. We got to get him on the show. We got to reach out to him.
All right, kid. Well, that was
some news.
If you heard the thunders, raining cats and dogs out here. 10 seconds left. Super Risen 4. What do you got, kid? On pay-per-view.
Real quick, I put a pump the brakes. I'm going to take a little from yours, but I'm going to hand it off to you. You didn't give us your Clarissa Shields play.
Oh, I was gonna take it. After
at the
you.
last bit. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
No, it's all good. Location: Little Caesars in Detroit, Michigan. Saturday, July 26, 8 p.m. Live on DAZN. We got Lenny Danielle's taking on the GWOAT Clarissa Shields. Now she is a huge favorite. 20-1. My favorite. You can get 10-1 on Daniels, but no value in backing the dog, in my opinion.
What's your
and I agree with the market. Unless you're prepared to put down a huge stake, something I probably would never advise to when betting boxing. I'm gonna bet at another angle. I like Clarissa Shields here. She's better in every way, and if you like it, take her unanimous decision here. I think she's just gonna outbox her. Don't know if she's gonna put her away, but
she could though.
She could. But I'm gonna take Clarissa Shields. Last fight on her deal. Does she go to MVP after this?
Maybe she should.
Maybe she should.
There's some fights there, and Jake Paul is doing a lot for women's boxing.
Yes, right? Yeah, but I'm gonna take Clarissa Shields via unanimous decision here.
Hey man, I'd probably back her too. If anything, just to say it, maybe want to pick a little something, put a little sprinkle on the KO. So, but thanks for handing me off. 10 seconds left, brother. I don't know if you've seen the poster for this event, but it's sick. The Super Risen Force poster.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
It's so sick. But it's featuring Shorty Torres, Jose Torres, if you remember him. That dude still got it. Patricky Pitbull, Patricio's brothers fighting on his card. Seika Izawa. Remember we talked about her women's pound for pound ranking. I had her on the list. She's about a 20-1 favorite. She's that solid and dominant as a fighter. So take a look out for those. But where I'm touching is the Bantamweight Championship. It's the only title fight on the card. And Naoka Inoue is the champ. He's minus 350. I got to side with him. I just think he's fought higher level competition. And since there's no real prop bets, you got to lay the chalk because Ryoka Fukuda, he's a stand-up guy. I do see the whole being in the grappling department. But anyway, isn't scared to stand with you. So I just feel like with his balance of the game, his poise at championship level, I got to go with Naoka Inoue.
I love it. Well, enjoy. I just saw it. Sick poster.
Yeah, sick. That's what that UFC needs to start doing.
Yeah, I think they should start doing fan ones. They used to. Do it back in the
all
day.
the artwork you've gotten and stuff like that. We got it for some of the artists they have done in the artist series. So they should bring that out and they should emphasize it. I would like to see that.
100%. Well, Joe, good luck this weekend. Enjoy the fights. Any big plans for you this weekend? What are you doing?
Actually, I might link it with Spence. I might link
nice.
up with the Freak Show. You might get some Abu Dhabi in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Good time to watch fights. In the afternoon.
It's a great time. It's no
It's the
better
best
time than
time.
the
That's
weekend.
right.
I am going to watch Happy Gilmore too.
Oh, bro, enjoy, bro. I'll try to get you some swag. Dick's got all the Happy Gilmore 2 exclusive stuff. Yeah.
If you got any more pennants, like a
I got
nice
you, bro.
vintage Mets one or something, yeah, you
Hell yeah.
send it over to Jersey, kid.
Let's do
But
it.
yeah, buy tickets October 4th, BKFC at the Rock, baby. Let's fucking
Let's go.
But enjoy the fights, everyone, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.